Merson with king 5 of diamonds and a min raise to 4 million. Sylvia
raised to 4 million.
Looks down at queen jack of spades on the Jack Link Speed Jerky hole cam.
Now heads up, these are two strong suited hands.
Sylvia not going anywhere, as you said, with a very playable hand. And he actually re-raises to 9.5 million.
All in.
Merson raises Sylvia all in.
Moment of truth for Jesse Sylvia.
This would be for all his chips.
I call.
And he makes the call. Sylvia at risk, but he's got 2 live cards.
So we have like a suited queen.
The flop, 6 tray 9, no help for Sylvia. Merson 2 cards from the win.
Merson now a 3-1 favorite to become world champion.
The turn card, another 6. Greg Merson, 1 card from a payday of 8.5 million. And the river card is a 7. Sylvia is out. Greg Merson is the 2012 main event champion.
Yes, watching those moments never gets old. He is Brent Hanks. I am Jeff Platt. This is No Gamble, No Future. And yes, indeed, the 2012 main event champ, Greg Merson, joining us in just a minute. A stack show for you today. Brent, we have our cards. We have the PokerGO Cup coming up. We have our Stake Kings adventure at the Win. Perhaps a bit of WSOP Online talk. Perhaps a bit of Landon, Tice, Perkins talk.
Gotta touch on it, don't we, Jeff?
I think so.
Yeah.
But first, what do the people have to do if they're checking us out on YouTube?
First thing you got to do is hit the thumbs up, a little thumb job.
That's good.
A little subscription. Subscribe to our channel every time we go live. You don't want to miss us. We try and come every single Tuesday.
Yeah.
Once in a while, our schedule gets nuts and hectic. We're here today. Like, subscribe, follow, do all that good stuff.
You can also follow on Twitter. He's at Buffalo Hanks. I am at Jeff Platt, and we are at NGNF Show. Let us get right to it, Brent, because the champ is here. Greg Merson joins us right now on No Gamble, No Future. So, Greg, welcome in. What's going on in your life right now? I know we have baby number 2 on the way. How are things?
Yeah, things are good, man. Yeah, we are having our second daughter in the 3rd week of October. So a little rough timing for the change of the World Series schedule for me, but hopefully I can make it out for the main this year.
Main event championship number 2, perhaps?
Baby run good,
2,
Jeff. I mean, it's a real thing. Andrew Moreno just did it.
That's true.
With the Win main event. Merson, not that he needs any run good. He's just too damn good at this game to begin with. But I'm already predicting it. He's going to be our main event champion if he can come to Vegas.
Speaking of this game, give us an update on what you're up to as far as poker is concerned right now.
For the last 5 or 6 years, I've just been focusing on the online cash game sites in America. So I've just been playing 30, 40 hours a week, sometimes more of those games, anywhere between 2.5 to 25.50. And sometimes I'll play 1-2 when it's slow. And yeah, I mean, nothing too exciting, but I love the grind and I love like the discipline that it takes to keep playing for all these years and stay motivated. So as long as I'm still happy playing and doing this, I don't see anything changing.
Probably likes busting you here and
yeah,
there.
Of course
Sorry,
he does. Every time I play, someone gets me. A guy in our chat, Toy Den Nerds over on YouTube. What's going on YouTube chat? Thank you so much for tuning in. He asked if that is an NFT on your wall in the background. Are you into the NFTs and all this stuff that's going on?
No, I can't remember. Here, I guess I can show you all 3.
There you go.
Here we go. The wife made the first 2, just like screen printed those photos, and then the other one was made by the guy's gonna kill me for not knowing his name, but I can't. Or his name's Zach, but I can't remember his last name. But I had him make it for me years ago.
It's not the poker paint guy that's out there, right?
No, I wish. I actually just looked on their website a couple days ago. I had seen them on Twitter, but I didn't know the company that was making them. But this one, I think I paid like $100 for. This was the first time I was ever on TV, but they showed me on like day 3, being like one of the chip leaders, and it's kind of funny because I'm wearing a Yankees spring training jersey, and then like later I'm wearing like the Orioles jersey, so somehow no one really like gave me slack about that. But
Did you ask if it was an NFT?
An NFT.
NFT is a non-fungible
But you
token.
can buy them now, and you can hang them, right? You get your little picture you got.
Then it wouldn't be an
they
NFT.
put it in. Well, no, you have. You know what I mean, Jeff. You can buy them and showcase them and say, "Here's my NFT collection," which is clearly digital.
Yeah.
But this is what I've got on my wall, right here. Is sort of
Anyway, Greg, you
what
mentioned
the kids are doing, Jeff.
You mentioned that hopefully you'll be able to show up for the main this year. Let's just look ahead. Let's look a couple years in the future. Do you see yourself considering to go to the World Series of Poker out in Vegas? Do you put in a full grind? Do you just play a couple tournaments for fun? What's kind of your outlook on tournament poker right now?
So I think moving forward, at least while my kids are young, that I'll be only going for the main and maybe playing like a warm-up event or two, since I'm typically pretty rusty at live poker when I get out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I see in the short term. In the long term, maybe I'm out there playing full schedule with like the FU money, where I can just play these games that I have no idea what I'm doing, but it doesn't matter because I'm just trying to like make the Hall of Fame or something. But I don't know. We'll see. It's hard to imagine going for the whole time, even if my kids were older, because I know guys that did that when I was younger, and they told me how hard it was flying back and forth 3 or 4 times throughout the summer to see their family and stuff. So I don't know.
You can always bring the family here, Greg. You know, bring the kids out, little pool time.
Oh yeah, they would love. Yeah. They would love to come. Like I don't know. Just when they get older, if they're involved in sports and stuff over the summer, we'll see. But when they're younger, yeah, they can come. But I just don't know how. I kind of go back and forth all the time about. Like building the resume to try to make the Hall of Fame one day, or like making as much money as I can. So, and what will matter to me when I'm 70 years old, or so.
That's awesome. You'd be a great Hall of Famer. I have a question for you. We talked a little bit before we came live. You said you're discussing the World Series of Poker. You'll come for the main, maybe something else. See friends, have go out to dinner, all this stuff. You've got one spot, okay? You can only choose one. When you come to Las Vegas, what restaurant do you have to go to? You can only choose one.
Sen of Japan for sure.
Snap
just
calls.
Like too many memories. Yeah, too many memories. Have to go there immediately.
I like naked fish. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go naked fish on this one.
No.
I'm loyal to the soil with naked fish. They got the plates up there. I love the the little scene. Oh yeah, but Sen is tremendous.
Is that because your name is up there in Naked Fish?
I didn't even make the cut.
You didn't make the cut?
Why would I?
No, I don't know why you.
Why would I?
I just thought it was. Yeah.
It's sushi, by the way, for in the chat.
Yes.
If you're wondering what this is, Naked Fish, Sen of Japan, which is where Greg wants to go when he comes out. We're talking sushi. Some of the best sushi you can get happens to be in Las Vegas.
How much is true? That was an excellent question, by the way.
Thank you.
Proud of you for that
I thought
one.
about that one for a long time.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Greg, we have the PokerGO Cup coming up where we've wrapped up U.S. Poker Open. What are your thoughts on these PokerGO high rollers? I know you've been tuning in here and there. Are you watching them for entertainment value, or are you watching them trying to get better?
Both. I mean, I watch basically every hour of every stream that you guys do, because I just find the information so valuable, especially since I'm not playing these events anymore. I want to be able to see what these top guys are doing, and especially like the end game stuff. I just think it's a lot of valuable information out there for someone that doesn't study the format, and to still kind of stay like somewhat in the know, right? If I'm ever put in that situation, to not just be completely clueless to what's going on at these final tables.
You've seen the leaderboard out there, the PokerGO Tour. Ali Amshurovich is #1. A couple guys just jumped into the top 5 with that Wins Millions event that's going on. But think about some of our regulars, Greg, that are in these events, playing these high rollers. Do they all sort of stand out in their own unique way, or does anyone else sort of, I don't know, reach you differently and think, yeah, this guy's clear-cut #1. He's the best in the world?
I think Stevie has been considered #1 for a while amongst a lot of those guys, and I've kind of agreed with that from just watching everything. But I mean, Schindler's up there. Obviously, Ali is really good too. I'm always rooting for the Americans. Nothing against like the Euro guys, but it's nice to see such a strong core of American high stakes tournament guys. For a while there, like we got surpassed as a country, and we've kind of come back pretty strong, at least in the tournament world. Maybe not so much from the cash game streets, but.
That's a great little transition here, Jeff. I'm going to move into another topic.
Please.
Talk about young Americans.
Yeah.
Did you pay any attention to this Landon, Tice, Bill Perkins? I'm going to call it a debacle where the whole thing is now over. The heads-up match is called. What are your thoughts on Landon Tice quitting about a quarter of the way through?
Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, I didn't watch too many of the streams. I watched like all of the Doug streams, but I had bet on Doug like quite a bit of money. So I initially, when this match was announced, I thought that I was going to take Landon, but I ended up not betting on it. So obviously that's probably why I didn't watch at all. I was surprised though. And like, I didn't really like follow too much of the drama these last couple of days because I feel like people are just have been pretty negative and just mean towards him. So yeah, I'm definitely shocked that he stopped, but it's probably the best thing for him. It's kind of like was bad timing for him to take on something like this when the rest of the country was reopening and all these events were happening, and he should just be out there playing all these tournaments and grinding cash games and not focused on this like small EV spot since he's laying so many bigs and then he's likely not having a large piece of the action. So in the long run, it's probably best for him. I don't know how much he ended up losing from this. I'm assuming he got a pretty good buyout price, but yeah, I don't have any like
200,000. Did I
Yeah,
read that
and
right?
I don't know whose and how much of that is his backers and him, etc. So, Greg, you mentioned something interesting. Why, after leaning in Landon's direction, did you end up deciding not to bet on this? What went into your thought process there?
Yeah, so I saw Jason Moe wanted Perkins.
Yeah,
and like I know that he likes to gamble, but he's obviously also like one of the sharpest guys that I follow on Twitter, and like generally don't want to be on the other side of him. But I knew that he and like their group of guys aren't the biggest fans of Landon, so I didn't know if he was just kind of betting for fun against him because he doesn't really like him or anyone that gains any attention in the poker world. I find from those guys, I mean, they just like can't handle anyone getting attention other than themselves. But
now, when you say they, and you mentioned, Jason Moe, by the way, his name is Cunty Cakes on Twitter.
Yeah.
When you mention they, who are we talking about? Who is they? I mean, is this Doug Polk really?
Well, just like yeah. I mean, they just love the spotlight. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the way they are. But I do find it interesting that Jason is so like he's always seemed like so upset by Landon for someone that's kind of been out of the poker world for a long time. For as far as I know, I don't know.
I'm trying to figure it out.
We used to be 21 at one point and like wanted like the spotlight and stuff. So
Sure.
if a 21-year-old kid gets the spotlight, good for him. It's like
I just can't figure out the poker Twitter audience in general. Last week we talked about Nick Wright taking on Helmuth, and out come pitchforks from various folks. This weekend, Landon kind of bails on this thing. This 22-year-old kid who's been nothing from what I've seen, just positive and loves the game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he quits, and here come the pitchforks, and then a podcast is going to come out, and he's going to be judged.
And like
What's going
everyone's
on?
saying that he has, and everyone's saying that, or not everyone, but people saying that he had a big ego. I mean, I like strongly disagree with that. I think that a lot of people kind of like appointed him the next like prince of poker, right? So that's not his fault that all these people started putting this out there on social media, especially Joey, since he's so like such a big influencer in the space, saying that this kid's the next like genius. He's been saying this for a couple of years now. So it's I mean, it's not like he went on Twitter and said that. So then a lot of people kind of just think that he went around saying that he's the best, but a lot of other people said that. So, I mean, of course, maybe it went to his head a little bit. I don't know. I talked to him on Discord a little bit, not too much lately, but I've never gotten any like feedback that he is like some cocky kid. So I don't know. I felt like a lot of the backlash was just not really like warranted.
What about the backlash that Brent mentioned? What are your thoughts on Nick Wright entering the mix in High Stakes Duel?
I mean, I love it. It makes sense from like an advertising standpoint, right? So I think it'll be good, entertaining. Honestly, like I watched most of the 3 matches and like specifically the last one, just with like a lot of the limping and stuff. it's just like there needs to be a little more action, right? That's all. So maybe you bring someone in there that will give some action. That'll be good.
And here's the thing that kind of drives me nuts. By the way, I'm so supportive of the Nick Wright matchup. I probably lobbied too hard if we're going to be true. But Tom Dwan's not going anywhere. Ivy isn't going anywhere. We had one opportunity with Nick Wright, who put himself out there on Twitter, said, I'd love to take on Helmuth. And we called a shot. I said, okay, buddy, let's do it. Dwan's coming back. Ivy's coming back. That money's going to continue to escalate. We're still going to get the biggest players, the biggest names to be in the ring and to battle. I guess I'm just – maybe I shouldn't be surprised with Twitter. I shouldn't after all. And despite all of it, I still love Twitter. I love the reaction and the pitchforks. I just, I love it.
Yeah, I mean, you're putting on a TV show, right? It's all about entertainment. So it's not on you guys to put together like the two biggest killers ever, right? Because if you were doing that, then quite frankly, Helmuth wouldn't be playing heads up, right? So you'd be having these guys that aren't very entertaining playing heads up, other than entertaining to like the super poker fans, But yeah, you're putting on a show, so you just want. I mean, I thought all three matches were great. Like they're both entertaining guys to watch. But yeah, like a lot of the limping and stuff and just lack of action was kind of like tough in the last match. But it was still like just great. It's been great TV to see him win 6 in a row. It's been pretty awesome.
White magic is strong. Greg, perhaps we wrap up with this kind of what we started with. Take us back to 2012. I heard on our friends' podcast, Cracking Aces, the Barstool crew, they had our guy Jake Toole on. And Jake Toole said something to the extent of that you walked up to him at the beginning of day 2, the 2012 main, and you're like, hey, man, how much did we swap? And he's like, I don't think we swapped. And then you went on to just win the tournament. He's like, damn it, should have swapped. Did you think that you had a swap with Jake? Do you remember that at all?
I actually don't remember that. He's probably brought that up to me before.
Okay.
So we're pretty good friends. We both live in Hoboken, but no, I actually don't remember that. But I do remember. I have a good swap story from the main though, where I've lived with Christian Harder every summer in Vegas, and we hadn't actually like agreed upon any swap details for the main, but we had been swapping and everything for the summer. And I was on day 5. I think he was still in. I'm not sure if he was still in or not. I know he went pretty far too, but I remember it coming up in conversation before day 5, and I was like, yeah, I mean, you have 2%. Like we've been swapping all summer. I'm not going to try to like screw you. So I guess he wasn't in anymore. Anyways, so yeah, I didn't screw him over there, but that was kind of a...
So you just gave him a 2% based on past arrangements where you'd always been so close, but technically you didn't have to do that?
We had swapped 5% for the summer, and I had done that with like Chewy, Christian, Tony, maybe Jason Kuhn. Like I had a group, Shannon Shore. I had like a group of guys that I would swap with, Jeremy Osmus. Like a few of these guys that we'd swap with 5% everything we mutually played for the summer. But then for the main, it was always going to be like a one-off thing where we would either swap 1 or 2%, but generally 2%. So like me and Christian have swapped 2% in the main every year. So I wasn't going to try and like back out of that or anything.
Yeah, I got you. Sounds like
Love
a profitable group of people
Yeah.
to have swaps.
Everyone's so smart.
I think
Swap it with Jeff.
No, it's a disaster over here. It's a disaster. Greg, thank you so much for joining us. Very much enjoyed catching up with you, and we hope to see you in Las Vegas for the World Series of Poker main event coming up later this year, all right?
Hey, I hope so too, and looking forward to the stream starting tomorrow.
Thanks, man.
There
really
we go.
appreciate
Greg
that.
Merson.
Love it.
Thank you. There he goes. Greg Merson, the 2012 World Series of Poker main event champ. He's looking forward to the streams. We are looking forward to the streams as well. Because
We
the
certainly
PokerGO
are.
Cup, roll those sleeves up, baby.
It's steamy in here.
Because it gets a little warm. The PokerGO Cup starts today. They are underway right now, and here is a look at your schedule. Brent Hanks, you and I are on the call for the kickoff event of the PokerGO Cup.
Is that right?
Yeah. Did you not know that we
Wow,
were on
so
the call?
tomorrow.
Yes, that's tomorrow, the final table of the first 10K. So we're going with 3 10Ks, a 15K, 2 25Ks, a 50K, and then a 100K main event. It's the inaugural PokerGO Cup. How fired up are you?
I'm pumped. And by the way, current chip leader Greg Merson just said this guy's name.
Yeah.
The most beautiful man in poker, Jeremy Osmus.
Good-looking man.
Oh, what an absolutely good-looking bastard. His name in my phone is Designer Human. It's not even, it's Designer Human. That's how it's written. There you have it.
That is pretty good. That is pretty good. All right, so we will see you guys tomorrow on the stream. And, Brent, and perhaps Zenny has its eyes on the cup, its eyes on the prize. There's a look at Zenny Eyewear, ZennyOptical.com. And you, my friend, have a pair of fresh Zennies.
I can see clearer now, Jeff. The rain is gone.
Nice.
I can see all the gambling obstacles in my way because of this Zenny eyewear. Go check them out now. I've got 3 glasses. Apparently, you're going to get a pair.
Oh.
Yeah. You don't even wear glasses, but you
No,
wear
I'll take one.
sunglasses,
Yeah,
right?
I'll take some shades.
You can get sunglasses. You can get reader glasses. And if you're blind like I am, you can get these suckers. It's so easy. Give them your little, whatever it is, your prescription for your
that would
eyes.
be a prescription, yes.
You customize them. They'll ship them out. It's a piece of cake.
I like it.
I love my Zennies.
All right, one more time. That is ZennyOptical.com. They look sleek.
They
look nice.
They're
They
very
look
nice. Thank
and
you,
I
Jeff.
never compliment your fashion.
You
so
never have.
This is
First
certainly
time.
honest. Let's take a look at our cards for Super Draft, the official daily fantasy sports partner of PokerGO. And Brent, we are revving things up for the PokerGO Cup. Should we go to your team first?
Please,
this
bring
is
it up.
for event number 1 for the 10K, and there we have it. Let's go. Brent Hanks in the mix.
I can't even see my team, but I
Well,
know I've got
hopefully
Lucky
the Zenny
Chewy.
read is over.
Yeah, I've got Lucky Chewy up there. He's my champions pick. That's a 50% bonus.
Yes, it
I
is.
keep noticing he's so undervalued in all these events. So he's up there at the top, my super flex, followed by Sam Soverell, Daniel Negreanu's in there, Ali Mshurovich. I believe I've got Kerry Katz as my last one, El Jefe. That's going to round out my team. And
So
here,
you get a 2.25x multiplier for Lichtenberger as your champ.
yeah, and
That
I
is
think I
pretty
said
sick.
Daniel. By the way, I don't have Daniel. I don't even have Negreanu.
You don't
I
have
Foxen.
Negreanu.
I have Foxen. I've got Daniel
It's
as my
okay.
overall champion. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that tomorrow. I, my friend, have Daniel Negreanu.
There it is.
I have Jake Schindler. I have Sean Daniels getting a 2x in that flex spot. I have Ali Mshurovich. I just think you got to take him. And Brent, for my champ, it's the villain. It's the heel. It is Sean Perry.
You keep going with Commodus
Yeah.
Perry. You love this guy.
I love Sean Perry.
You love him.
I love Sean Perry.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
just ever since we saw him at the U.S. Poker Open and he's yelling across the room and nobody can really stand playing with him, I just think it's so good for the game to have a personality
Now,
like
here's
that.
a couple things I want you to keep in mind about your Super Draft lineup. So
Okay.
say you want to go participate. By the way, real money gaming is happening right now. Anywhere from 10K high rollers all the way down to dollar competitions and a free roll, Jeff, a free roll where anybody can play. Keep an eye on, here's the trick, right? The insider's secret.
Ooh, you're
Go
gonna
to
give it away?
PokerGoNews.com. Live reporting for all these PokerGO Cup events. Keep an eye on the chip leaders. You can swap out your players all the way up until the end of level 6, which is when they go on to their dinner break. If you want to add the chip leader to your champion spot, you can do that. So you can always edit your lineup even though it's already running, but you got to check out PokerGoNews.com for all the live reporting in order to stay sharp.
So Sean Winter has 245K in chips. I could just get in the mix
Put
of
him
my
in right
lineup
now.
and put him
Jeremy
in.
Osmus, the most beautiful man in poker.
Interesting.
I could make him my champion right now. In fact, you're doing it. I'm watching. You're doing it right now.
I have no
There you go.
comment at this time
Yeah.
except to say that where real money wagering is allowed, if you use the promo code PokerGO, you will get an instant. That would be an instant $50 match.
They just put 50 in your account.
Yeah,
That's
it's just
it.
boom.
Promo code PokerGo. They give you $50.
That's a beautiful
Put in
thing.
a 50. They give you 50. Boom. You got $100 in there. Go gamble. Risk it to get the biscuit.
All right, that sounds good to me. You had mentioned the Win Millions briefly. Andrew Moreno taking that down to jump up into the top 5 on the PokerGo Tour leaderboard. We had that competition with State Kings that we mentioned
How'd we
last
do?
week. Well, here's a look at the teams when we drafted them. I thought we had a pretty good squad, Bren, and then Bryn Kenny and Joseph Chong busted at the very beginning of day 2. But We had Toby Lewis, and we had Toby Lewis run super deep, and we had Toby Lewis final table, and we had Toby Lewis finish in third, but Moreno won, and State Kings had Moreno.
How did they pick Moreno?
Yeah.
They didn't even know. We talked to them. They just randomly chose this guy. We were all in on Team Toby. We're sharp. We knew what we were doing, and somehow we lost.
So if you joined us on Team No Gamble, No Future, apologies, but we will have a chance to make up for it. The World Series of Poker.
Oh.
The 50K WSOP Fantasy Poker High Roller. More details to come, but Brent, I think we saved the win for this one. Does that sound good to you?
We have to. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a 50K buy-in, Jeff. Right? Our team is 50
Yep.
grand.
Yep.
How are we paying for that? We'll have to work that out.
Yeah, we'll
Can
work
we
it
talk
out.
to
It's
Greg Merson again? Can we get him back on here? We're
gonna need Merson.
Let's call him after
No
the
question
show.
about
Producer
that.
John, can we get him on?
He's not answering the phone anymore.
He's
Oh,
out.
okay.
Yeah, he's out. Well, then
right.
that's
Great.
we'll
Well,
find
there
a way.
goes that.
But,
We forgot
but we'll
about
have to
that.
rely on you guys to raise a lot of that $50,000. A lot of it, and by a lot of it, I mean about 100%. Yeah. Something we also discussed with Merson, that Landon Tice match, and I think it's important to discuss Landon versus Perkins. Landon surrenders. Let's bring up his tweet right now regarding the Perkins challenge. As a team, we decided to surrender. We see no other way to proceed. He's a much stronger player than expected, and I took on more than I can handle. It was an unreal experience to be a part of. Maybe in the future, I'll try again. Good game to Bill Perkins. Good game indeed to Mr. Perkins. How much did that news surprise you?
I guess I was surprised. A lot like Greg, I didn't watch a single hand.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do it for me watching, this coverage without whole cards on some side. I mean, I wasn't into it. But what did surprise me, I guess, is just the reaction, the shitstorm on Twitter. Everyone just coming down on this kid. I get it. You're going to take your fair share of lumps, but it feels like it's going over the top at this point, Jeff. I kind of feel bad for the kid now.
Yeah, I think we could probably back off a little bit because, to your point, whenever you're around Landon, doesn't come across as cocky or arrogant, anything of the sort. Now, I think it's safe to say, and I think Landon would admit this, that he was very cocky going into the heads-up match and perhaps a bit arrogant with the way he negotiated that match, right?
I guess.
And I think that most people would probably agree with that. Again, Landon included. But I want you to get to Doug Polk's tweets because this kind of goes with judging this young kid coming off a big loss and coming off an admitted mistake.
Yeah, well, first of all, let's bring up this tweet. So Doug is saying when he was 19, he did some prop bet to win 400 buy-ins at No Limit 25. He didn't do it. He failed and claims he took all sorts of scrutiny and criticism. Now, as far as I'm concerned, what happens on 2+2 stays on 2+2. I have no idea what goes on over there. I have no clue. I didn't even know Doug did this, to be honest. But he was upset. It fueled him to become a stronger player, right? This is all true. This is all very true.
Yeah.
It's strange to me, this last part, the last line.
Yeah, this last one's weird.
Escape that unscathed. And it turns out now Doug's got a podcast coming out. They're going to talk a little bit more about this. I believe it's he and Kevin Rabichow and also Jason Moe.
Oh, boy.
Who already does it. So Judge Doug Polk is coming out, and he's going to get to the bottom of this, and he's going to figure out exactly what went wrong, what went right in this matchup, and I have no doubt he's going to give us all his takes.
Right. I don't really see the need for it. I mean, I understand why Landon came out with his 2-minute explainer video. I think that's important just for everybody who had bet on the match. Like, if I had 1K on Landon Tice and all of a sudden, wait, it's over? He wasn't that far behind. It's over already. I would want to hear an explanation.
Yes, sure, an explanation. I guess Landon would be the one to deliver that.
Right, exactly. That's why I
which I
appreciate
think
his
he would
video.
do or can do and already did in that video. But you also know when you bet something like this, it was very clear that someone can quit.
Sure.
And that they'll settle up, and it sounds like they settled up just fine. A $200K buyout. Congratulations, Bill Perkins. By the way, we're not showing Perkins enough love.
That's true.
I haven't seen anybody showing Perkins enough love. He beat this kid who we all thought was, the second coming of, the poker god.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Perkins, congratulations, amazing.
The player that he's turned into, I mean, even when you compare him to the Bill Perkins of like 1 year ago, it's just drastically different. A major shout out to former No Gamble, No Future guest, MJ Gonzalez, who helped lead the way on the hybrid poker front, training Perkins, just turned into a really, really strong player.
So hold on, let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
Is Bill Perkins still a fish?
No.
You just
No,
saying that because you have to? Because
wouldn't-
the cameras are rolling, or do you mean it?
I think if he played in the 50K PokerGO Cup next week, then yeah, he would be a fish in that field. But as far as overall poker fish is concerned, no, I don't think you can say that.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
We are in agreement.
We're in agreement.
Let's see if we agree on our cards. But first, like always, we have to get to the magic coin. The magic coin that is
BETCOIN.
Coin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll.
Trusty Rusty. Here we go. What happened? We lose the audio again
Oh,
on
no.
BETCOIN?
I am BETCOIN.
We have to do that again. Producer Jack, can we fire it up again?
I am BETCOIN.
There he is.
Beautiful.
Or she.
Just beautiful.
BETCOIN
No identity.
is here. Absolutely no identity. Let's take a look first at the results from last week. Had the clips.
That's not right. I mean, what happened?
I don't know. I
BETCOIN
blame-
never loses.
Yeah, it was something with the flip. Maybe we read it wrong. I don't know. We get it back this week. We have to go to the NBA Finals. We have to go to Game 1. We have to go to Bucks at Suns. The Bucks are +6. They're the away team, so they're heads. The Suns are -6. They are the home team, so they are tails. BETCOIN. Let's see what you got.
There we go. I'm going all the way up. Heads.
Heads. The Milwaukee Bucks plus
Don't like it.
the 6.
Don't like it.
I like it. I like it, which is probably not good, folks, because
Hate it.
this is a perfect transition to our cards, and we'll start with my card, and it is just another.
How many freaking things did you bet?
Well, we got to come back.
Oh
we
my
got to get
God.
close to even. So we did win Bucks -1.5. They won 4-2 against the Hawks, and then we lost Clippers to win the series. Bucks -7 in Game 5. They only
Are you
lost
gonna
by
read 'em all?
22. No, I'm gonna do them in
I
bunches.
gotta have these zennies. I can almost. This is.
The Quips
read all
lose.
this.
Switzerland, they were probably close. They probably lost 1-0 or something. Patrick Reed, Ricky Fowler, Harold Varner III to win the Rocket Mortgage Classic. Hey, producer Aiden, where were you on the Medvedev Wimbledon
ya.
call?
Spelled his name right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, if you had listened to me, I said I love Medvedev, but
Yes.
I don't love +600.
Oh,
And also, he's a full-blown Russian head case.
well, and he
you
proved
go.
that in the quarterfinals.
Spelled his name wrong
By
as well.
losing- right,
It's not how you
right.
spell Daniel.
Yeah, so I think you can do a little bit better than that, yeah?
Of course. Yeah, bring him up. Winner. The Hanksy heater is officially back, and I
Well,
just
you're
missed
plus
the net.
1.4
yeah,
units
but
for
listen,
the
I mean,
week.
take a look at this.
'Kay.
Hawks, told you,
Yeah.
nailed it. Clippers, I mean, just ridiculous. I only did it because BETCOIN did.
Right,
I really
right.
wanted the Suns. I've
Yep.
been on the Suns all year.
Yeah.
You know this.
That actually is true.
Red Sox, never a doubt. The under, I'm still, I do not blame myself. I'm out there on record. I blame the MLB in general, testing for
Okay.
these foreign substances. Where were you in this game? Clearly
Oh.
didn't test anybody.
Yeah.
Tested everybody else. Didn't test anyone here. Under 10.5 doesn't come home. Ridiculous. Mariners, never a doubt there. Of course, the Red Sox win. We're on there twice, right? I bet them twice? Oh, I bet them on the weekend.
Yeah.
I bet them on the weekend.
No,
I
no,
love the
no.
Red Sox.
Oh.
I bet them twice.
Well, I think whatever. Mariners, Blue Jays, Mariners, Red Sox.
Whatever.
It's regular season
Whatever.
baseball.
Gary
You're flipping
Woodland
coin.
didn't make the cut.
Yeah, and if
didn't
you
make the
have the
cut.
under, you don't want them to test. You want the pitchers to be good.
Jeff, don't question.
Right?
Don't question the genius that is the Hanksy hitter. I mean,
I
we're
can't.
back. I had another winning weekend,
Yeah.
and I'm going to do exactly that starting today.
Let's
the rest
look
of
at
the
the
week.
tracker. Oh my. This is an
Horrific.
ugly-
You're entering minus level 30.
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
30's a
God.
brutal one.
That's what you get for betting 25 games a day.
You're making a run at it, a -6 units, and BETCOIN still up 5 units, and BETCOIN taking the bucks. So Brent, before we get to my card, I need help, right?
You need all the
This
help you
much
can
is
get.
clear. I need
Yeah,
help.
You really need
What-
to lock in.
What I need is smarter energy.
You do
Does that
need
sound good
smarter
to you?
energy.
I need
Yeah.
smarter energy, perhaps in the form of nerd focus, because nerd focus is formulated to increase clarity. That would help. To increase concentration.
Oh.
That would help.
Yeah.
To boost memory. To boost cognition. I really could use all of the above. Nerd focus made from unique ingredients, carefully picked to help boost your energy. I need a little energy. I need to get revved up.
I need an
for these cards.
old-fashioned think drink that is nerd focus.
That was good. Jam-packed with vitamins, lower downtime. Get your focus on with no caffeine, crash, nerd focus, smarter energy. And with that, I have the energy to deliver my card full of winners to you,
many is that?
now. Bring up the card and here we go.
Oh, my God.
Taking the Bucks in game 1. Right in Team Betcoin. Producer Aiden, Producer John, whichever one of you soccer/football experts want to weigh in here. I have Denmark at 10-1 to win the Euros. That's a pretty good bet, right? Pretty sharp overall. Pretty sharp.
Have you had that one?
Well, just there's
Throw
only
that money in the trash.
there's only 4 squads left. You like how I call it a squad, not a team, or club, countries?
Isn't Denmark the team that had the guy that had a
Yeah, and
dropped on
he's
the
good
field?
now. He's
you
good.
got the feel-good story.
Exactly.
All
At
right.
10-1 with just 4 teams left. Unbelievable.
They must stink.
They might be pretty bad. UFC this weekend, UFC 264. I'll be there, by the way. Sick brag.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Parlay, Irene Aldana, Tui Tuivasa against Greg Hardy. You're getting about 2-1 on that. Take Gilbert Burns against Wonder Boy. I'm going to lean McGregor once again against Dustin the Diamond Poirier. And then let's jump ahead to next week, since we'll be off next week because of PokerGO Cup coverage. Jordan Spieth, Patrick Cantlay, Ricky Fowler, probably going to finish 1, 2, and 3 in the Open Championship.
You had a legitimate shot to bring back Ricky Fowler. I
Yeah.
mean, just rising from the dead.
Like we did with Spieth.
Honestly, there's something about your golf picks that I'm sort of interested in. I think I'm gonna hop on the Patrick Cantlay train this week. I didn't touch him yet for the Open, but I'm gonna join you.
Okay.
Bring up my card. I'm on the other side of Betcoin. I'm on the other side of you. I've been on the Suns all year. So underrated. The sizzling Suns. Devin Booker. The feel-good story with Chris Paul. Jeff,
Who's going to win
DeAndre
MVP if they
Ayton,
win?
just an animal underneath. You're not up against Giannis. So who are you up against in the middle? Who's going to stop the Suns underneath?
It's going to be tough with the
Nobody.
Brook Lopez or
Nobody.
PJ Tucker
Give
or
me the
Bobby
Suns.
Portis.
Give me the Suns.
You
It's
got 'em.
over. I also like the Braves, minus 180. I don't know why.
They're
I
good.
also like the Blue Jays because they've got all that offense.
And the Orioles are bad.
They're very close
Right.
to Buffalo. Victor Hovland to win the Open Championship.
Ooh, I like
Why?
that.
Because you told me,
Yep.
and Scott Blumstein told me that he plays poker and he likes poker. I got him at 20-1 to win the Opie. I also like Sungjae Im.
Yep.
I like Sungjae 65-1. He's always in contention. He's so good and so consistent. How is he such a long shot? I don't know. I'll never know. Back to the Suns. Booker, book it. MVP Finals.
But wouldn't Chris Paul probably get the votes for
Nope.
MVP?
How do you not give the guy the MVP if he's going to put up multiple 30 and 40-point games?
That much is
That's
true.
That's what's going to
If
happen.
he does that and the Suns win, Devin Booker is your MVP,
Book
and you
it.
can cash that plus 250. Our guy Lance Bradley in the chat. First sign of a gambling problem might be not knowing what you've bet on. I'm very aware that
No, he has no idea.
Denmark is in the tournament.
Can you, if I were to quiz you right now, all the
do it.
games you can't look, all the games
Okay.
you bet on, can you list all 15 of the lines and games you're on tonight?
I had the Bucks. I had Denmark.
You can't do
UFC
it.
Tuivasa and Aldana. I have McGregor. I have Gilbert Burns. Did I mention Denmark at 10-1? That's pretty much it, right?
I don't know. Now, but get to the next segment.
Pretty much not.
You're
At this
betting
point-
too many things.
Yeah, you might have a worse problem than Brent's Keno problem at this
And
point.
and that producer John is saying a lot. That whenever
I need
your
another
problem is compared to this guy's Keno problem, probably some issues. Never a doubt to wrap things up. And Brent, I know you loved this on July 4th.
Sure did. And by the way, I'm entering this next year.
Are you really?
Well, if there's one in Vegas, I'm going to do it.
The hot dog eating
The hot
contest.
dog eating contest. I'm going to do it. They call me Brent Chestnut.
Well, the line was 73.5
Yep.
for Joey Chestnut, and never a doubt, right?
Never
we can roll it
a
if you want to
doubt,
watch.
yeah.
If you want to watch him
Can we
hammering.
pump it in? What do we got? We got a clip here we can put
Oh,
it.
there it is.
There it is.
Just-
Nothing
is
better than
shouting
just a
Joey and Jeffrey
bunch
Bezos.
of warm
I'm only
water.
going to ask once.
Hot
Bring
dog.
Joey to the moon with you, man. He's earned it. Chestnut is a true American treasure.
Oh, yeah.
Under 30 seconds remaining, 72 hot dogs and buns unofficially. He is eyeing his own record.
Look at that crowd.
This is
Then
where
we had some-
ESPN shit
feed
the bed.
issues.
They lost their
It's
feed. Did you?
like-
Were you watching it live or no?
No, I wasn't watching the hot
Yeah,
dog
they
eating
kept losing
contest
it
live.
like towards the end when it was getting really dramatic. You got the over-under bets in place, and then they came back, and he was already at 75, 76, and then you saw the guy with the little straw hat
Oh, that guy
holding
was
his
awesome.
arm up, closing his eyes. Who is that guy?
The intro to Chestnut walking out, that
Yeah.
was legendary.
I
want
want to be that guy. That's
how
my
many,
next role.
that I could see.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many hot dogs could you eat in 10 minutes? What do you think is a good line? Let me phrase it that way.
Are you allowed to add condiments? Like, can I put ketchup and mustard on it?
Probably, yeah.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
12 and a half.
12 and a half would be the line.
I could do 12 and a half dogs with a bun, and I'll do it.
I might. Oh, that's a good line. I still might have to go over. Let us know what you think in the chat and on Twitter. He's at Buffalo Hanks. I'm at Jeff Platt. We are off next week because of PokerGO Cup coverage. That coverage starts tomorrow. It starts today if you want to check out live updates on PokerGoNews.com. But Brent and I will be with you tomorrow for the first event of the inaugural PokerGO Cup. We'll be on the break desk. We'll be in the commentary booth. Then I'll have a World Series of Poker stream later that night. You tuned in to a lot of those?
I haven't seen any. I will, Jeff. I promise.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
I need to support
you. You're my broadcast partner here.
I have to support you.
Okay. Thank you.
Twitch.tv/Jeff.
Nice
audience there?
Yeah, we're doing
You getting
well.
drunk off wine every night?
We're having a lot of the vino.
Then
We're having
I'm
a lot of the good stuff. Then Brent's in. All right, so we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Thanks to our crew and thanks to you all so much for watching. Peace out.